Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great day. Today we'll be taking a look at the game Hardspace Shipbreaker, developed by Blackbird Interactive and published by Focus Home Interactive. In this game, as the name might suggest, you play as a shipbreaker, or sometimes referred to as a cutter, and you tear apart ships. Now you have three different modes, which kind of are presented in their own profiles. You have Standard, which gives you unlimited clones, which is basically your lives. You have Limited, which gives you 30, and No Revival, which is permadeath. But we're just going to do the Standard. That's what I have unlocked. I'd have Limited unlocked as well, but I haven't started anything with it. And then finally on No Revival, I'm still not quite there yet. We have Career, Free Play, and in the future we'll have challenges, and in the future we'll also have a leaderboard. We're gonna just do Career. Good morning, Shipbreaker. First of all, we're gonna get into certification. You start off with basic training, basic certification, recruit, beginner, novice, junior apprentice, apprentice, which is what I'm currently at, laborer, associate, and red seal. Now, depending on what rank you are in the system, that will determine what ships you have access to, what tools you're able to upgrade, how far into the upgrades you're able to go, and stuff like that. I also want to mention this final one, red seal, because a red seal certification or red seal endorsement is actually something unique to Canada. And this actually led me to realizing that Blackbird Interactive, their developer, is a Canadian-based company. The only reason I know this is because Cindercoon, the video editor for the channel, as well as the artist for the channel, earned a Red Seal endorsement back at in their previous career. So that's kind of an interesting little fact. But we're going to get out of that. We're going to go to comms and data real quick. I haven't looked into this too much, but I know what it is. Essentially, when you play the game, you can come across these data logs. And if you if you decrypt the data, then you can get an audio log that kind of gives you an explanation of the ship or clues on what happened to the ships before they made their way to you to tear them apart. Over here in equipment, you have the modular laser cutter. You use that to cut ships apart. You use the handheld utility grapple, which helps you get around and also helps you move things, as it might suggest. You have thrusters, helmet, or that's the scanner, sorry, and you have your helmet and worksuit. Each one of these has their own upgrades, and they also have durability that you'll have to repair them from time to time. Some pretty basic stuff, really. One of the things that's kind of neat is you can purchase your helmet, and every time you end a shift, and not just your helmet, you can purchase all of your equipment, but like at the end of your shift, you actually have to pay for the equipment you're renting. If you purchase it, you stop having to pay that extra cost at the end of your shift. And that leads pretty nicely into debt. You have a debt of $1 billion. It is a goofy number, and as you can see, like, I have not even put a dent in my $1 billion debt. It's the main goal of the game, is paying off your debt. Anyway, you get kind of a breakdown at the end of a job. You can spend more than one day working on a ship, but for the sake of this video and to keep this video kind of like minimal, we're just going to pick a lower grade ship here, just a tier 2. I don't want to do tier 1 because they are super basic and they are just like a practice ship. Over here we'll go to tier 2. They're easy ships. I can probably bang one out in like a day, and we're gonna do a station hopper. Which one of these are more expensive? This one. Station hopper mackerel. Sounds good. Okay. Alright, so over here we have a shop. If we need more oxygen, thruster fuel, if we take damage, we can use it to heal ourselves. We can get kits to repair our equipment after the shift, and all this kinds of stuff. Actually, that's most of it. You can also get a couple other things, but they're not going to play a part here. Anyway, so you start with the simplest parts, as you can see. I'm gonna go ahead and take these, I don't even know what these are, because the inside has a thruster. I don't know what a nacella is, but that's what we're taking apart. Where is it? There you are. Gotta be kind of, whoop, come on. Is that a little graphical bug? Looks that way. Now, the grapple can help move things. As you see, that's kind of slow, and that needs to get down into the barge. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that. That'll move things down a little faster, and we don't have to worry about it. We'll do the same to that. Looks like that didn't make it all the way down. Maybe it did. We'll use that to get over here a little bit. Oop. Come on. There we are. Also, I should mention, we have a scanner. We can see all the important stuff, all the things we need, through 3 different scan modes, but we'll worry about that in a little bit.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Now, the inside of the ship is actually, what's the word for it? But the,
Airlock pressure
it's under atmospheric pressure. That's what it is. So we go inside, and we have to hit this thing here to depressurize the cargo bay.
Air pressure level decreasing.
There we go. Now that that's dealt with, let's start taking apart some of the ship. And we'll start back here. Oh boy. It's a good thing that doorway isn't too heavy. Alright, so now you saw me use the laser in one way. You saw me do this. The laser can also do this. Cool beans. Now the reason I broke out this back piece first is for a very specific reason. At first, let me show you. Actually, you kind of already saw it with the antenna, but you can also charge things and poof, there we go. If the object is too heavy, you have to use tethers. Otherwise, kicking something that in a direction, you're actually going to kick yourself because you're not heavy enough to push it. But let's actually carefully tear this out of the ship, because that is very valuable, and we don't want to hurt ourselves pulling it out. The next thing we're going to grab is the thruster up in the back here. We just pop this sucker off. Easy peasy. Throw that in the processor. It'll find its way over there. And then carefully, I said carefully, we will pull this out. And then take that to the barge. Now, if we pop on our scanner, we can see there's fuel tanks right there. We can see something up there. And a few things just kind of laying about. And we are just running into a wall. Let's see here. Let's do that again. That's what we found. Oh, also, on the wall, sometimes you get free oxygen, free med kits, and free fuel. Cool. We probably won't need to actually pick up fuel from the shop, which is good, because then we don't add to our debt. Now, let's get that cut. Do the same to the other side. Over here as well. And last but not least, right there. Now that'll free up some space underneath us. But what we're also going to want to do is actually move that. We want to... Let's actually be a little bit more careful with this one because we can actually destroy parts of the ceiling. And we don't want to do that because we want as much money as we can get to pay off our debt. Alright, so now the floor and ceiling has been removed. Or, not removed, but it can be pulled away. Oh, I guess that is technically removed, isn't it? You can get a little bit more precise with a lot of this as well. Like, for instance, the little white things you see in the corners here, they're actually lights. And you can pull them off if you want and toss them down into the barge. But we don't want to do that. You can also do that. That's a light as well. But I'm lazy, and we are actually on a time limit. Oh, I can't believe I didn't even mention the time limit. What kind of reviewer am I? We'll, we do that. There you go. Be free! Same thing to the bottom. You guys as well. Off you go. Now, I should add another thing to what you gotta do. If I hit tab, you can see there is a series of objectives. That's your work order. Oh, something was not accepted. It's probably those lights. That's okay. We're not here to do a perfect job. We're just here to do a job. Think of like working at a convenience store. Or maybe like a restaurant. You know, you don't want to be like working yourself to the bone. You want to do an adequate job, but not a perfect job. Because you don't have time to be 100% perfect all the time.
Reserves are dropping below statistically profitable levels.
Oh, I should actually pick up these fuel tanks. Because they're valuable. And while that's being dragged away, we can nab them and start making our way further into the ship. Now, here we go. We need to get a power cell and more nanocarbon. Now, the walls of the ship are basically where we get our nanocarbon, and that right there is a power cell. We're going to grab that in a second, but first, we need oxygen, or we're going to die.
Oxygen level stabilizing.
Alright, in we go. Let's get a little reckless here, because I'm lazy. And then up here, we'll grab those. And then that should tear off all of these walls, which will make our life a lot easier. Oh, picked the wrong one. There you go. That should actually be most of the nanocarbon. Oh, we already got all the nanocarbon. Cool. We can hit tab and get that work order away. Now, one thing to note about the power cell is sometimes the power cell likes to be a little bit crazy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this off first. That's a coolant cell, by the way. I'll toss that down there. And then we're going to pop this off. And down you go. And then that is the work order complete. So now the rest is gravy. Meaning I can also show off the wall cutting. So sometimes you don't want to be super careful. Sometimes you just need to get in somewhere and you need to go. So when you get to that point, you know, you make your own doors, you make your own windows, you get in, get out, get paid. And I'm being a little bit clean with this cut, but sometimes you have to get real messy with some of the later ships. Otherwise, you're not going to make money very quickly, friendo. Hey, into the furnace you go.
Raw material processed.
Raw material processed. Awesome. Now, here we got some more stuff. Cut those. we will be careful with this one.
Cutter, you got 5 minutes left in this shift. Knock out that work order before they turn the lights out on you.
Haha, we already did. Yeah, they'll give you a little warning for most of the stuff. Your work order, your oxygen, your health, all kinds of junk. Fun fact, I actually did, this is actually my, no, this isn't my first recording, and in the last recording I did of this video, I might have forgot the airlock and really messed up my ship. But comes with the territory. This isn't a game about doing everything. Well, this is a game about doing the best job you can afford to do, and not the best job you can, and not being perfect. And I really kind of like that, you know, it's kind of arcadey feeling. Like the goal is to attempt to be better and really work towards being really optimal. And being optimal and being perfect are actually two different things in this game. Two very, very different things.
Credits deposited. Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Now we're gonna pop this off, toss that down there. Do the same with the one in here. Pull that out. Oh, and we have chairs. Lots and lots of chairs, actually. See? Check it out. I'll pop those off. And down you go. You too.
Salvage deposit accepted.
And
Credits
you.
transferred.
And you. Everyone gets a chair.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
And it's quick and easy money to grab just kind of like the easy stuff. We could go in there and maybe pick out some stuff as well, but as you can probably tell, that's a little bit more of a job to do. So we're going to make life a little bit easier, and we're going to actually pop parts off of the back. Hopefully I have enough time for this. But it's not like we have to worry too much. I've definitely made my quota. So my debt's not gonna increase. Let's tear that off. Tear that off. Same with that, and finally... Whoa! Oh boy. Let's use our scanner and see what's up here. We'll just...
Oxygen reserves are low.
I think... Oh,
Reminder,
oxygen reserves.
Asphyxiation can lead to missed salvage quotas.
You know what? We'll also pick this fuel tank up at the same
Oxygen
time.
levels stabilizing.
Now, I believe if we cut that... Oh, that cut the whole ceiling off. Okay, that's not what I was intending to do, but... that might not be a bad idea, actually. Can the floor go? Oh, also, this is actually a good time to mention, your cutter has a temperature. And because I'm cutting such a big area, it actually is overheating. Let's toss that down there. Can we finally pull this away? No, we can't. Let's get some of this storage here. That can go down to the barge. Oh.
1 minute left, Cutter.
Also,
Time to start wrapping things up.
power junction box. That thing is electrical, so that's got to go. And apparently, whoa! I just set myself on fire. Oh, piss off, chip bag. Well, this is actually a good opportunity to show that accidents happen. I electrocuted a chip bag, and it decided to set me on fire in return. But let's just finish up with the job here. We got 24 seconds left, so let's try to grab everything we can.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Hey, we can actually pick up this health kit because I am stupid. Haha, perfect. I totally meant to do that. It really showcased the trials and tribulations of being a shipbreaker. And that's all we can do, so we will call it a day. And then here's your credits earned. As you can see, made 2 million, not bad. However, even though I made 2 million, I have fees. And this is kind of what keeps you going, because I have no resurrection fee, but I have interest on my giant $1 billion debt. I have bay lease, transportation fees, cutter rental, like just a bunch of crap that the company's putting on you. But we broke even and made about 4 times as much as we lost, so yahoo! But that is the game, pretty much. That's Hardspace Shipbreaker. It's a simple game with a simple concept, but it is addicting. It is very arcadey, and you know, some people might not like that it's a very repetitive game, but for the people who like simulation games, or who like, you know, to be like given a task and to like really like hone your skills at a task in a game, or in real life even maybe, this game could be right up your alley. But that's about all I'm gonna say. I highly recommend the game. It is easily impressing me, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys. Bye.